Good evening, everyone. How are you? Lovely to see you. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Lynn. Well, if I look like I've been pulled through a hedge backwards, that's how I feel. It's been a bit of a hectic day trying to get everything back into this room rather than have it in my lounge. So I'll pop some photos up so that you can see what we've done. And thanks to my husband, he's helped me to give me more room. Oh, hello, Mum. I was just going to say you don't have a bed anymore. Oh, you have me on TV. Oh, that's really scary. Hang on. What are you doing up, Mum? You're normally in bed by about now. I'm just doing a quick video tonight. I don't know if I'll get a chance to do a card. I'm hoping that I will. But yeah, Kevin helped me this morning, and we've made some really nice space actually in a small room. So so if Mum doesn't answer, it's because she's she worries because of her hands that she doesn't spell things correctly. So um, she will be watching all your comments. So thank you. All righty. Right, where was I? Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough of the new mini catalogue. I'll show you some of the bundles that I actually have. I don't have many. I have put an order in today for another one. And my order also contains a white stamp pad. Well, the stamp pad with the white ink. You're off to bed in a few moments. All right, Mum, we'll sleep well. I'll talk to you tomorrow. You're still getting over your weekend, your last couple of days. Oh dear. So, as some of you know, we snuck up to Bundaberg on Monday for Mum's birthday. She was having a birthday dinner, and I messaged my brother and said, we might pop up and if it's all right with you. And he said, yeah, go for it. So that's what we did. So it was a bit of a surprise. We didn't get back home here until just after 10 at night, but that was okay. It's always worth it for my mum. So yeah. All righty. So I'm not going to waste too much time. I'm going to go down to the desk. I hope everyone's had a really good day. It's been hard for me today. This is my first Wednesday that I've had off because, of course, I retired last Wednesday. And today has been a Tuesday. It's been a Thursday. It's been a Saturday. I have no idea what day it is. So I'm hoping that all you're still very tired. Yeah, you would be, Mum. Yeah. Have a good sleep tonight. Wake up fresh in the morning. You'll be fine. You always are. All righty. So that is the plan for tonight anyway. So hi, Tanya. Good to see you. Thank you for joining me. I'm actually thinking that I may do Wednesday evenings instead of you're unpacking the dishwasher. Do you know what? Quite often I'm doing little bits and pieces around the house while I'm watching different people doing their lives. I think, like you can, sometimes I just sit if I need to have a bit of a break and a cuppa. No, it's not every day you turn 95, Mum. Susie's got it right there. Yeah, sometimes I'll be wandering around and I'll be doing bits and pieces. And it's great because it helps you to get around and do the things that you need to do. So, yeah. All righty, quickly going down to the desk. All righty, so sometimes you forget you're awesome. So this is your reminder. Don't forget that you're always awesome. This was given to me by my workmates. Okay, so very nice too. I keep it on my desk so that I can remind myself. All right, so what do we have here? We have the new mini catalogue. I'm going to just increase a little bit so that we can get a bit of a better view. So at last we can open the catalogue. So for anyone who hasn't seen it, actually I might have to go out a little bit because otherwise you're not going to see the whole thing. There we go. Yeah, so for the whole thing. So it's very Christmassy, although I'm really happy to say that there are lots of things in here that can be used either for Christmas or not for Christmas, which is great. So it's the giving season, and that's absolutely true. So there is a set in here called Love and Courage. And this is the set that Stampin' Up put out. And how much? I think so much per donate. They donate $4.25 Australian dollars to the breast cancer organisation for each set of this that is purchased. So I think that's lovely that we do acknowledge that, and that we can give to such a great what do you call it? Yeah, that, organization. That's the way. That's the way. Hang on, let me put the chat back up. I've forgotten the chat. There we go. Alrighty, so when we go through, we've got lots and lots of different Christmassy things. So we've got new kits, and there were 2 new kits that came in today. So if you have a look, hi Elizabeth, how are you? You're enjoying a cuppa? I've actually got a cuppa on the desk here, but I very seldom. It usually goes cold. I don't end up having it. All right, so we have some fantastic scrapbooking kits, workshop kits, which are really great for the people that like to do scrapbooking. This one here contains, looks like it's got the paper, it's got the cardstock, it's got these little ephemera packs here with dates and everything. I used to do scrapbooking many years ago. I occasionally do it now, but I do it my way, and I would use these. There's no reason why not. And here's another one. This is very much a Christmassy looking one. However, it's done with the peaceful days, and you're in bed watching, Suzanne. Oh, goodness. I haven't even had dinner yet. Whilst I'm doing this, Kevin's got some pork ribs that he's going to pop in the oven just be, like in time for when I finish. So there we go. Quick and easy options. So card kits. This is a beautiful one. Very Christmassy, quite Northern Hemisphere. But, there's a lot of people here that absolutely love the snow scenes and the the Northern Hemisphere Christmas, which I have to say I do miss. Okay, we have this beautiful one here, which it's called A Child is Born, and then they have all these gorgeous actually see, oh come let us adore him. So Holy Night, it's sort of like, that one comes from a Christmas Carol. We've got the little manger, we've got the animals, and then we've got the mum and the dad and the baby and some stars in there. So how gorgeous. And then that's the other side of that. So really, really pretty, that one. And then we have the Builder Blossoms. I don't have that one. And what's this one here? Woodland Scenery. So again, a lovely little bundle there. So I don't know if anyone else had a look at the craft along, I think it was called, that was on the demonstrators page. I popped into it last night and they actually showed how you make this box so that you can put these things in it and give it as a gift. How awesome was that? So you're not feeding as often now, Elizabeth? Oh, how wonderful. Alrighty, we have traditional labels and Christmas greenery with this absolutely gorgeous DSP set here, these lovely little gems and a gorgeous embossing folder. So this is one that I might look at closer to Christmas, but I'm not really looking at it right now. And then we have more going on here. So you can see that the dies here cut out some of the shapes in the paper, which is absolutely fantastic. Okay. So many different things. Like there's that little box again, and it's so cute. And you could move these little partitions around to fit anything that you wanted in that box to give it as a gift. Hi, Cherie. I'm supposing you're on here somewhere. I can't see. Ah, there you are. Howdy, howdy. Okay. So yeah, some absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous North Pole delivery. Look at these little animals. How cute are they? They're so cute. If I sent a lot of Christmas cards, I would definitely be getting this one. And this here makes a gorgeous little a little box to put cards in, which is really lovely. All right. So what's next? We have, oh, this is still part of that one there. And then we have the Peaceful Garden. So this was one of the bundles I did get, and I believe that people that did I think it was Creativity Now, back in June, also had this as their to work with back then. Absolutely gorgeous. So many different things that you can do with it. I love this bundle here. So different, being able to use the different colors, but the Secret Sea is very prominent, and also these gorgeous, is it on here? These ones here, these glitter papers. Let me see if I can grab mine out quickly. I bet I can't because I've said that. I thought I had put them somewhere where I could get hold of them. There they are. Look at these. Aren't they just gorgeous? As you can see, I've already, so the silver, the blue, and the, I would say that was Secret Sea. Okay, so we've got the beautiful silver, we've got the brighter blue, and then we've got the silver. Absolutely gorgeous. And of course, we've got the papers, which are also beautiful. So this is what happens when you change your craft room around, isn't it? You can't find anything. Let me have a quick look. I'll find them for later. It's easier to do that. Alrighty, so that's another gorgeous one. So many different things that you can do with that. And here we have the Lights of Aurora. So actually, let's just pop back here because I've made a few cards with the Peaceful Garden. So this is one that I've made. I think I did this one online. And then for my last card class last Friday, I did this one with the sparkly doves. And then I did this one with the white doves. So Oh, my papers will be here. It's just I think I quickly put them into different sections to what I normally do. Alrighty, so that's that. And then, so that was that. Then we have the lights of the lights of Aurora. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous papers, 6x6 papers. Can I even find them? Do you know what? There we are. Look, I can actually find them. That's awesome. Pop that down there for a minute. So they have gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous colors. I mean, these are just the colors that I adore. So we've got all these beautiful colors that we can use. This one reminds me of Casper the Friendly Ghost. Okay, so we've got that one. And there's, I think there's 6 or 8 of each one. So plenty. And the backs are just beautiful shaded colors there. So the colors that are in these I think they went through my mind and said, what colors does Lorraine like? Because we've got Azure Afternoon, Balmy Blue, Basic Black, Berry Burst, Blackberry Bliss, Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, Lost Lagoon, Petunia Pop, Pool Party, and Very Vanilla. So absolutely gorgeous bright colors. So for my class, I did, oh no, I didn't. I did this one online. And I used the colors just in there, just a very basic one. Alrighty, I'll show you the packs in a moment. All right, so that's this one. So it has a beautiful die set here, which I haven't had the time yet to have a bit of a play with, but I do know that I really want to have a play with that. Okay, so moving on. The Autumn Twirl, or Twirl, however you want to pronounce it. Another gorgeous, gorgeous. It's a double, so it does come in a bit more expensive. However, you just get everything that you need. So you not only get the amber autumn, but you also get the autumn trees. You get the 2 lots of dies. You get this gorgeous, this paper. It's a copper, and it's really bright and lovely. And then you get the DSP. There's only 4 different pictures type, decorated pieces. However, believe there's 4 of each, and each one of those well, those 3 really talk to me. I don't have a lot of use for the pumpkins. However, the B side is great. So these have pumpkins, they have foxes, they have deer and oak trees, and they have pheasants, which is absolutely gorgeous. Lots of different things that you can do with those. And then there's the Keeping Traditions, which is a very Christmassy one. It has the poinsettias on it. Absolutely gorgeous. It also has, so this is the scrapbooking one. So it has the 2-tone cardstock, which is great. Again, for the scrapbookers out there, the Peaceful Days has the same sort of things as the card making one, and it also has this beautiful pop out bit there. Fluffy Squirrel Bundle. How cute. How gorgeous. I am so tempted to get that. I am really tempted to get it. What I would do with it, I don't know, but I'm really tempted. So branching out, this is another one that I've fallen in love with. I really love it. I haven't done a lot with it. However, I did do this, and there is another one, but it seems to have gone AWOL, but that's okay. It'll be somewhere. Yeah, so that one there. And I also did this one in colors that I'm not really au fait with. I don't usually use yellows and oranges, but I did this one with Darling Duckling and Timid Tiger. So a little fancy fold there. Gorgeous. What got me with this one was the where are we? The nested dies. Oops, you can see I've already used them and they've moved along. So they've got a beautiful set of nested dies. They've got the die cuts. This is what I used on that there. And then there's this here. And then you have the beautiful stamps with the branches, the bits and pieces of the pine leaves, and some gorgeous wording on that one. That's absolutely gorgeous. That is fast becoming my favorite. This was the light and wonder one. So you get the love, light, wonder, and magic. Beautiful wording on that one and some really nice big dies. Just go careful with the big dies on that one. You love that fancy fold, Lynn? It was so simple. It was really, really simple to do. And like I said at the time, like I was always like put off of doing things with boxes in the middle, but now I don't mind doing them at all. When I first used this one, in actual fact, it wasn't this one I used. I do have another. And the reason being the word magic stuck like glue. And I actually pulled it off and it snapped. I was being very gentle as well. So it wasn't because I was being rough with it. So Stampin' Up, when I rang them, they said they would send me a new one. So I thought, how wonderful. That was great. Such great customer service. This was the Peace on Earth. So lovely sentiments on here. Not necessarily Christmas. We do have Peace on Earth, heartfelt prayers. But then you've got love, peace, love and joy, sending and wishing, sending, you can put that with any of these. All the best in your new adventure. Wishing you big hugs for a good friend. Absolutely fantastic. And I must admit that quite often it's the wording on the stamps that make me go for them. This is the dies. Whoops, you can see I sort of had a bit of a play and I haven't poked all the things out yet. But this is the dies for the light and wonder. So trees, mountains, looks like down here it looks like we might have some water. We've got the clouds up there. Yeah, all sorts of stuff. And I haven't had a chance to play with that yet, but I will. Alrighty, so that's what we've got there. So this really is one of my favorites. And because it's got the nesting dies, I love that. Snowy Delights. This one is all about snowflakes and absolutely gorgeous. This one does have the decorative masks. So anybody who loves working with the masks, that's going to be a winner for them. And then we have the gingerbread man. So this actually makes a gingerbread shaped card. Okay, so it's rather cute. All the little bits and pieces that go with it. There's lollipops and candy canes and all sorts of stuff in there. There's speech bubbles. Yeah, lollies. Lollipops, little hat, and then in the stamps there's like different faces, which is great, and it's got seasons eatings, baking spirits bright, sugar and spice and everything nice, and oh snap. So some cute little sayings there, and then this one here. What's this one? Gift of Joy. This one, it's got some stockings and some garlands and some more Christmassy stuff. This one here has, well, for us in Australia, I don't think we'll be wearing jumpers and beanies at Christmas. However, if we're sending overseas, absolutely perfect. We've got mittens, we've got socks, we've got beanies, and we've got jumpers. So really cute little set there for anybody wanting to send overseas. And for those of you overseas that want to send locally, of course. The Christmas words collage, that's a hybrid embossing folder, and it looks like it'll emboss and cut out the words. So that's very much a Christmas one. So that looks really good. And then here we have these, this is Joyful Tidings, and we have these beautiful sort of like half wreaths, and I suppose you could put one way and one the other and make the full wreath like this here. So very, very pretty, very Christmassy. So anyone who loves Christmas crafting, there is so much in here for you. But there is also, don't forget to check out the online exclusives, because there's more in here. This one's rather fun, I think. It's sort of, I think it was like, it's made for both cards and scrapbooking. But look at this stamp here. It says happy, but it's got all palm trees and birds and sea in it. It's absolutely gorgeous. And this one was inspired by the Million Sales Achiever, Sharon Armstrong. And I did see she did one of her videos showing how to use that, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I do like that. Then here, this one's very Aussie, because we've got the, I think it's the Proteus. And then we've got, this looks like frangipani. So you can, it's one big stamp, but I believe you can cut it apart if you want to, or you could stamp it as one, color it, and then fussy cut. So I'm that's on my list. I will definitely be getting that one. Alrighty, so there we go. Look at that. So much stuff. And of course, like I said, don't forget to have a look at the online exclusives. So, do I want to make a card? I will make a card. This was another one that I made. It's basically, these are the little stars from the piece on Earth, and then through the middle here, I've used the paper from the Light and Wonder. So that was cute. This was one of the ones that I did on my card making class. Alrighty, let me think. Can I do a quick card? I'm sure I can. Let's grab some paper, card, whatever we're going to use. Let's go with some, let's go with some, oh goodness me. I seem to remember last week saying don't move your craft room, and now I'm going to say it again, don't move your craft room. I have no idea what I'm going to do here, so you're all going to have to pipe in and help me, for those of you that haven't fallen asleep because it's late or whatever. So I think blue and white goes quite well together. I'm going to have let me think and see if I can work this one out. I know. All right. So I'm going to use the card base, and it helps if you put that up the right way. And let me do this 6 inches. Do it 6 inches by 5.5. Probably do it this way, actually. 6 inches by 5.5. Now that looks ridiculous, but I think if let me do that at about 1 1/4 there and fold that in. Is that enough? Probably. Yep. So I've just folded that in at 1 1/4 there. I'll get the bone folder, and I'm going to use the piece on earth for this one. All right, now let's see if I can find the papers. The papers. Easier said than done, she says. Because we've moved the room, everything just got shoved in, which isn't fun at all. What have we got? There it is. All right. So let's have a look. So what I'm going to do, I think, I'm winging it here, people. So I need to cut a piece about 3.5. So we can either use, so the idea with this is that we're going to open it and close it, and the front and the back of the DSP is going to be seen on the card. So we could go with something like that, or I actually love this one here, and it has that nice smooth back to it. We can use this one, which has that to the back. And what else do we have? And another of my favorites is this darker dove one. So the doves, and it has this beautiful pattern on the back here. No, I'm not still in the dining room, Cherie. I moved back to the bedroom. Oh, you go backwards and forwards. Yeah, so if hubby needs you close by, that's understandable. What I did was I actually thought that I would have this great idea of, I think I'm going to use this actually. I had this great idea that I was going to put it in the dining room and I would have all this space and blah, blah. And the first morning that I went back, oh, wow, that's lovely. And mine's only an 8-seater. Yeah, so the first morning I came out of the bedroom, looked down and saw this hopeless mess where I had made a card the night before and just left it. And in here I can close the door on it and tidy it up the next morning. But so, and then I was doing a live and my husband wanted to come in, and so I'm going to do this at 3.5. I'm going to cut this. My husband wanted to come in and he made a cuppa, and I could hear him in the kitchen, and if I could hear him, so could everyone else. So it was a little bit what did I do that at? 5.5. So we're going to do this at 5.5. I mean, basically what I need is a bigger house. As if I haven't gone through enough at the moment with the rent on this place going up by $105 a week. I'm still reeling from that, to be honest. And then the fact that the lady wasn't prepared to drop at all, you know. But anyway, it's her house. I suppose she can do what she wants with it. So like I said, I wouldn't mind paying $105 a week if it was worth it. But I don't believe it is. Okay, so I'm going to put that on there, and it literally only has 1/4 of an inch. I probably should have made it a little bit more, but anyway, I haven't. And then with this bit here, this is, what is it? 1 1/4. So if I do 1-inch strip in the blue, I'm making this up as I go along pretty much. It will come, Cherie. You're absolutely right. Trust in the universe. That's what I do. We decided we would sign the lease and then keep an eye out for something else. We're happy to, like, we don't have any, now that I'm retired, I'm not restricted to Maryborough. So that makes a big difference as well. I'm just going to grab an embossing folder for this one, and I'm going to use this because it's always the easiest and the quickest to use. So I use this little glass one. Okay, and I'm going to pop that on there. And I actually have a side table now, which is going to be great. I do have to go and buy myself a chair instead of the dining room chair that I currently use. But yeah. Alrighty, let's move those out. Put these in. Oh, and look, I was doing so well. So well. And then, you see what I've done? Had my die up the wrong way. I was so cross with myself. I do have another plate here that I can use, so it's not like I can't change it if I want to, but yeah. All right, so we've got that. That's so pretty. I love that die, that embossing folder. I like both of those, and I use them a lot. They came from the celebratory slips. Sweet. Funny, I saw that sweet and I thought I have to have that. It says a lot about me, doesn't it? Okay. Oh, there it is. There it is. Under the other stuff. All right, so I'm going to pop this on here. I'm going to put the blue side up, literally 1/4 of an inch, so very, very small amount of glue needed there. And I really should have probably made it a bit more, but that's okay. Line it all up, pop it on there like that. And then I'm going to take this one and pop it down the side. Just down there like that. There we go. So when the card opens, we get to see, oh, and that's when you have to be really careful that you don't stick the front to the back. Just as well I'm putting an insert in there, isn't it? Yeah, so that's such a small amount, and I actually think next time I should You're having trouble coming to a decision on your name tag for Saturday. Oh, do we have to have a name tag? Do we not just use our name? Or are we going incognito? That's going to be interesting. We'll have to work out where we're going to meet as well, but I'll message you about that. All right, so now I'd like to find a piece of white that I can use in one of my bit boxes here. That one will do. And I think I'll just do it with I think I'll just put a circle on there. So I'll do one in the blue and then one. Obviously, I'm going to go for the old favorites, and I will cut. What stamp are you going to use first, Lorraine? Let's be sensible. All right. I think I'm going to go that and that because I'd like to do big hugs for a good friend. I think that's rather nice. And where will I place it? That's the thing. So I don't want to lose all the dubs. I think I sort of place it. We have to make one. Oh my goodness. I think you better send me some instructions. On Saturday, we're going to Cherie, what are we going to? It's a demonstrator thing that's happening in Bundaberg, in Moore Park. So I might just do this in the white to start with and then work from there. So I'll just pop this through. Crash bang wallop. So maybe just the one. Maybe. No, I think I definitely need another one. I might just do the next one up. Not that huge one. Let's have a look. Yeah, we're going to Bundaberg. That's about it, Cherie. I don't even know what I'm going to take to do. I have no clue. I might be just one of those that wanders around and be's nosy at what everybody else is doing. Who knows? Okay, so let's pop that there. This is basically right off the cuff. I've put no thought into this. So excuse the simplicity, I suppose. So I could have actually used the dies that come with this, but I decided that I wouldn't. So I'm going to put a big hug for a good friend. I actually quite like that. Let's pop Yeah, I've got a couple of card kits here too, so I might do that. I actually had them to take them to England, and I did do a couple while I was over there, but not very much. So that might be a plan for me too. And yeah, you're right. You're not going to leave stuff behind. Is that going to fit there? I'll make it fit. Yeah, look at that. So we're going to pop that on there like that. What do I love about circles? It doesn't matter whether you get it straight or not, because it'll always go straight. Okay, so we'll pop that in there. Put that away before I put my hands in it. And then I was just going to what should we do? Put a little bit of greenery and maybe a dove. Let's do a dove. Actually, I'd like to do the dove. We always do them in the white, so I would like to. It was funny earlier because I was moving all this, and then my cat got under my feet as I was walking along, and I ended up tipping everything everywhere. I was actually hurt. Ah, there we go. There's a piece of cloud cover. I might do the dove in cloud cover. This lovely ribbon also came with the Light and Wonder kit, and then this one here, the Peace on Earth, has a beautiful dark blue ribbon, which I have no idea where it is right now. So I think that looks just a little bit different because we're always doing the white doves and then maybe just a bit of, let's see what we've got here. Let's play with a little bit of maybe, no, you know what, I think I'll use silver because I don't like to use this one. I do just a couple of silver leaves on there. I don't want too much. So who's put orders in out of the catalogue? Anybody put any orders in already? Like I said, I've put a couple in. I meant to put my last one in yesterday, so to beat the rush, and of course other things got in the way, so I didn't do that. So I don't know when it'll be due through, but hey, that's okay. I've got stuff to play with between now and then, so it doesn't really matter. So I've just got a couple of silver, bits of silver there. And let's be. I'll cut a little bit of my blue, my sparkly blue. the one I've already cut? Where's the one I've already cut? Well, it must have escaped then. I'm just going to cut a tiny piece of this out, just to do that's probably not big enough, but it'll do. Wow, that's what you call multitasking, Tanya. Absolutely. My goodness. Wrong dies, wrong dies, wrong dies. All right, so we'll pop those away in a moment. We'll get this popped out of the way, and I need to get a bit of a wriggle on, I think. Okay, so we'll pop those in there like that. Get rid of that. Get rid of all that for now, and we'll just, I'm just going to put this on here as dimensionals. Otherwise, my hubby's going to be saying to me, your dinner's ready, and I won't be. So we'll just pop that not straight away. I mean, it can always be straight, it's just not in the middle. Right, and then I just want to put, I'm going to put the dove up there. And then I just want to pop something like that under there, and I think that will do the job admirably. So I'll do some more double dimensional. I'm afraid I'm one of those that if I want to do double dimensionals, I'm going to do them, and it doesn't really matter to me how much the postage is. It just depends on what I'm doing. Not that I'm rich or anything. Please don't get the wrong idea. Just going to put a little bit of glue on there, like that. I'll let that sit for a minute, and then I might chuck a couple of dimensionals under the wings there. And then I'm just going to poke these underneath with a little tad. I think we all do something at some stage while we're watching videos. I mean, we don't get the time, do we, to you know, to just stop and sit and watch. Like I said, today's been quite odd for me. Half the time I didn't even know what day it was. Whoops, come on. Where's that? There's a space in there somewhere. There it is. That one. And then I wanted this one in the middle there, but I've got a feeling that that's right where. Oh no, that'll go. We'll get it there. just want this one to go sort of in the middle there somehow, just to give it that bit of sparkle in there. There we go. Right. I need a double dimensional under here. Should have done it before I started. So 1 and 2. There we go. That's our card. I'll listen to you. We have to, or I'd get nothing done. Yeah, that's right. Oh, I don't really listen to these while hubby's around, because he usually says to me, "Have you gone deaf or something?" Because I tend to have it up loud. Alrighty, so there's the card there. I did have some white here. There it is. It's amazing what you can throw on the floor when you don't mean to. And I'll just cut up an insert. Which will be 5 1/4. What have we got there? By 4 1/2, so say 4 1/4. Let's see how that goes. That will sit in there like that. You can put another stamp in there if we want to, or we can leave it plain. We can do whatever we like. Okay. There we go. And there's our card for this evening. Quite simple, easy to do, but it shows off the beautiful Peace on Earth suite. And just somewhere inside, you've got both sides of the DSP there. So yeah, very pretty. All righty, everyone. I'm going to come back up to the top camera. All right. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining me tonight. I'm thinking about doing a 7:30 or 7 o'clock, I should say, on a Wednesday night. I'll see how it fits in with everything else at the moment. If I go back to Wednesday Zumba, obviously I won't, but we'll just see how we go at this stage. I'm going to start back with Aqua and then see how I go before I go back to doing normal Zumba. Alrighty, so that's me for tonight. Have a great evening, everybody. And hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow morning around 9:30. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you then. Bye for now.